now.
Make
sure to like and subscribe.
Is it done? Where's it going? Right here.
Just right here. Okay, so reference angle, right? So angle formed between terminal side to the closest x-axis. The angle must be defined as 0 to 90 degree or 0 to pi over 2. Okay, so just think about all those things. So what I mean by angle formed between terminal side to closest. Why do I choose closest? Okay, it's froze.
No, you have a viewer. Somebody has you on it.
Somebody's on you.
Okay, so what is the reference angle? Now we're going to start with the 1. Think about between 0 to 360. Pick a number above 90. 90 to 360.
91.
246, I collect that one. Okay, so 246. So 246 degrees. So I say, on the test I'll basically ask you, what is the angle represents, reference angle represents 246 degrees. So 246 degrees is a very difficult number, but the problem is we can draw this angle. Okay, we can draw this angle. Wang, are you commenting on my YouTube video? Oh, okay, then put your computer away. So 246 degrees. Now, all you gotta do is be able to draw the angle. Remember, you go in here 180 degrees, right? This is 180 degrees. So do you guys know this? 180 degree, 90 degrees, and what? 270, 360, right? So where is 246 degrees? Okay, so it's probably somewhere here, and this is the angle right here. So this is called terminal side to the closest x-axis. Not this side, but this side, right? So if this is 246 degree, can I find out this angle? Can I find out a small angle is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Subtract 180.
Subtract 180, good. So this is equal to, on this part, it's gonna be this angle, a ridge, subtract 180. So therefore it is 66 degree.
Like what?
Something fishy going on there.
No. Okay.
Okay, 66 degrees. Does that make sense? Because you go in, you draw it, you find out this one, you just have to compare with the x-axis. If you compare with the axis, you want to compare, decide which one is which one. You want to compare with this one because this is closer. So it will be 246 subtract 180 is going to be 60. 66. Okay, how about you try one?
Wait, what do you do to find 66? You said
That's the reference angle.
360 minus 66?
No, not always. There's no formula for it. It's just understanding. It's to the closest x-axis.
No, it's you.
I know.
It's you and you use.
Yeah, I'm watching you too. Look, I'm commenting on it.
So it'll be 66 degrees.
Why? Well, you subtracted, right?
I subtracted, but I'm looking at the difference. I'm looking at how far away I'm going to the closest x-axis. So for example, the way to think about reference angle, think about the clock. Like 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Okay? 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Then 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock is where your base is. Now if you say I have some clock at 10 o'clock, what's the reference angle? Well, reference angle is 1 hour. Because between 10 o'clock and 9 o'clock, that's 1 hour difference. You would have the same answer as if you have 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is also 1 hour away from 9 o'clock. It's just basically how much angle away from x-axis. So let you try one. Let's say 170 degrees. What do you think the reference angle is?
Negative 10?
No, wait.
170. Negative 10, right?
Is what?
Negative 10?
I think it's 10.
It has to be between 0 to 90.
Oh, so it has to be 10.
So 10.
Yeah.
It's 10. if you think about it, 170 is right here, right? Because 180 is right here, so it's roughly this angle here. So it'll be 180 subtract 170, so it's 10 degrees. So the reference angle is going to be 10 degrees. Let me give you another one. 284 degrees. So what do you think that is the reference angle?
104? 104. Actually, it has to be between 90 degrees, right?
Don't just shout it, think about it. Use your brain to think about it first before you shout the answer.
Oh, here, I got it.
Shh, don't shout your answer.
I don't have to get it. Wow.
284. Draw the angle first. Yes.
76.
76 degree. Is that right?
Really?
Yeah, 76.
Why is that? Why is it 76? Why 76?
Closest to 360.
Closest to 360. Good. Because if you draw it, right? If you draw it all the way here, this is 270. So it's all the way to here is 284. Right? But here is 360. So be 360 subtract 284. So it's equal to 76. Good job. I don't know why you got a little tweak up. That's pretty fast. Okay? How many of you guys are still lost? Victor, you lost? Kevin, you lost? Okay, good. We're gonna try another one. 218 degrees. So 218 degrees. So we say, hey, can you give me a reference angle? Those of you guys are lost. Think about which quadrant's 218 first. Okay, which quadrant do you think that is? Kevin?
Oh.
Huh? Which quadrant? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you know how quadrant works? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, which quadrant is 218? Third quadrant, good. So are they gonna be closest which x-axis? The negative side or the positive side? Negative side, great. So you're on the right track. So this one is right here, right? So it's all the way to here. So therefore, this one is a 180, right? So the difference between 218 and 180 is what?
38.
That's it. Yep.
So
It's not hard.
So is this all you're gonna teach us, or is there?
No, we gotta think about in terms of other things too. Give me a second. Okay, so number 5. What if I give you a tricky question? What if I had 32 degrees? What do you think reference angle of 32 degrees is?
dang, more one.
32. You're right.
Oh.
This is already between.
It's already between the first quadrant. It's already had a difference. Now, my favorite number. What's my favorite number again?
69.
No.
420.
420. There you go.
20.
Don't do drugs, people. Don't do drugs. 420. What do you think the reference angle of 420 is?
36.
That's gonna need some.
Jewel. I'm gonna ask Jewel to answer this one. What do you think the answer is?
Wait.
Ooh.
Oh, I got it.
What do you think, Joel? Huh? 60 degrees. Good. That's a reference angle. Is that hard?
No.
No. Okay, so let me give you harder. Okay, well, we're gonna think of in term radian now. Yes. Huh? Good. So if you have 360, right? That's 360, right? 420 is how much away from 360? Because 420 is going to be in this quadrant.
It's 220 away.
It's going to be in that quadrant away, right? So then just 420 subtract 360.
420 has 120.
Okay?
No, it's 6 degrees away. Shut up, buddy.
360, not 300. Oh, from 300. Wait, what?
From 360
360 to 420 is 60.
60.
Difference between them, or 60.
Wait,
What
what?
are you getting?
Oh, no, okay, I got it. I got what you mean. I got what you mean.
So if you
Wang, do you understand or no?
32 from the, it's like
Are you sure?
I was reading.
So let me ask you quickly.
If we put 32 up, like
272 degree, what's the reference angle?
Go
Wang?
back to the x-axis. Like, what, you know what?
72.
One or one?
I'm asking him, 272. What's the reference of 272?
No.
72, 272. Almost.
Oh, you are
Oh, 88.
I didn't ask you, Peter.
Oh,
But it is 88.
88.
Good job. Good job. Okay, so now let's think about in radians, okay? So I'm going to start with the easy one. The easy one is what is this? 11 pi over 6. And the number 2, I'm going to ask you reference angle of 11 pi over 6. And also what's the reference angle of 4 pi over 3. So I'm going to give you a shortcut.
Yo.
I'm going to give you a shortcut to think about it. This is how you think. This is a 0, right? This is a pi. Do you agree with this?
Yeah.
Pi equal to 180 degrees. This is also equal to 2 pi. Am I going too fast?
No,
No.
sir.
So now pi is very magical because pi is a 1 pi. What happens is 1 pi? 1 pi is like 1 pizza. I can cut it however you want. I can say I can cut it to 4 slices. Then I can say 4 slices of pizza is also a whole pizza. I can cut it to 8. I say 8 slices of pizza is also 8. Also 1 pizza. So therefore I can rewrite this, right? Think about it. It could be 6 pi over 6. Could be 7 pi over 7. Could be 11 pi over 11. That's a way to think about this. It's going to be easier. Now 2 pi you can think about is what? In terms of 11, what do you think it should be?
22 pi.
22 pi over 11. Good. Or 14 pi over 7.
I got it. Yeah.
Or 14 pi over 7. So can you tell me what the reference angle of 11 pi over 6 is?
Pi?
11 pi over 6.
0.
Not 0.
Wait,
What is it? Pi? That's it? No, it's wrong.
Oh, pi over 6?
Pi over 6. Why is it pi over 6?
Because you're missing 1 pi, you don't make it to the
Right. 11 pi over 6 is all the way here. This one's 6 pi over 6, right? This one's what? 12 pi over 6, right? So it's only 1 pi away. So it's actually only pi over 6. So the reference angle is going to be pi over 6.
Good job, Chris. You're welcome.
Oh.
Okay,
I got it.
next one.
Test. Oh, easy.
4 pi over 3.
2 pi
4
over
pi over 3.
2 pi over
2 pi over
3.
3.
Lied to me. Oh! Wait,
No, wait.
Okay, we'll let Quiz answer this
What did
one.
you said 4 pi?
wait, let me answer it?
Yeah,
You said pi over 3?
pi over 3 is right. Can you explain to the rest of the people why it's pi over 3?
Because it's going. Wait, I don't even.
Go to the
Oh,
board,
okay,
go to
because
the
it's like.
board.
Oh, I got you right here. I'm gonna do this. Alright, so
Yeah,
it's
be
1
brave.
pi. This is 3 pi over 3, right? And then this should be 4 pi. Wait,
Oh, yeah.
this is 4 pi over 3. So if you take this out, it's back to that.
So that's going to be pi over 3, right?
You're so smart. In
So if you think about it, right?
You're so smart in cube. Can I marry you? Nah, bro, I go on
Brain
break.
games.
Okay, so this one's going to be pi over 3. Does that make sense? Because this one is 3 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3,
Oh.
And then 6 pi.
5 pi over 3, 6 pi over 3. So you think about break the 3 pieces. Now the next one's a little bit more challenging. I don't think anybody can get this one, but I'm going to ask.
You wanna bet?
Sure.
Yeah, do it.
I'm just kidding. I'm broke.
Not 4 pi, 4 pi over 7. Do you know what's the reference angle of 4 pi over 7? Shh, don't think about it. Process for 30 seconds because you should raise your hand.
Wait.
4 pi over 7.
Can I borrow this for a second?
Negative.
Alright.
Negative 3 pi
Shh,
over
don't shout it. 4 pi over 7. You get expired Chocolate cookie. Chocolate
Cake.
cake.
Alright.
I don't know how long it's been here, so if you eat, if you die, it's not my fault.
Well, we want it. Can I try it?
So basically, how you see it.
You can try it, see if it's good.
No.
So what are your numbers on the bottom? Is this? Is that brownies?
If it's 4.
It's good, I think.
I'm trying to get off the wall. I'm trying to think.
It's good.
It's
Oh,
good.
yeah, it's good. Oh, yeah, it's good.
My wife baked it, so.
Oh.
I thought she
Oh,
was
you
trying
leave it
it.
like that.
She's back now. Just a little
Not good?
It's like,
It's almost gone
the
bad?
aftertaste is like, I've been out,
What is that
But
supposed to be? It's a brownie?
the aftertaste is good. It's just the middle.
Let me try. No, hold on. A food critic like me needs to test that. Right, David?
I don't know what your hand bakes, alright.
Oh, it's like
Come on.
why wouldn't I get this?
Hey, it's okay. I'm gonna show you. Daddy.
Oh, yeah, right.
We're not gonna.
Okay, yes. Nope.
Imagine having a
That's
sugar
pie.
daddy and-
Sebastian?
3.5?
Huh?
Over 7.5 pi over 7?
No.
Half pi?
Pi over 7.
Yeah.
You gotta raise your hand to answer, so I don't know who.
Is it
What is it?
3 pi over 7?
3 pi over 7 is correct.
Bang, bang!
Sit down. Sit down.
Do you know why it's 3 pi over 7?
Yes.
Think about it. If here is what? This one is 0, this one is 7 pi over 7, right? What do you think halfway is? Well, half of a 7 is what? 3.5 pi over 7, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely past the half mark.
Uh-huh.
Because 4 is definitely right here.
What if it doesn't pass the half mark?
Then you're gonna use the original.
What
So
if
if
it's
it's
at
2
the
pi
half
over
mark?
7, it's gonna be 2 pi over 7.
Listen, what if it's at the half mark?
If it's a half mark, it's gonna be pi over 7. It's gonna be pi over 2, sorry. It's gonna be half pi. So here it's gonna be 4 pi over 7, right?
Yeah.
So basically you're 3 pi over 7 away. Because you wanna think about like, where the half mark is. Okay, so let's try another one. 23 pi over 19.
Is this gonna be the homework?
This is gonna be the test. 23 pi over 19. So what do you think the answer is?
Okay, that's
Oh,
already
4 pi
Wait, so
over
we're doing
19.
homework?
We have homework today, so just kind of review of all the things.
Oh,
4 pi? 4 pi over
I understood it, so you did hard.
19?
Yeah, 19.
4 pi over 19?
4 pi over 19 is correct.
Hey.
Bro, I was just about to do it.
Does that make sense? Because it would be 38 pi over 19.
So please tell
So
me.
all the way on the other side, right?
Uh,
So 23 pi over 19 is gonna be closer to 19 pi over
You
19.
gotta grab the wrist.
So then you're going to have a difference of 4 pi over 19.
Mister, how much of the test is gonna be this?
Get here.
Probably 2 questions, 10 points.
10 points. Cool. I
So
got
it's
10
gonna be in the
points.
third quadrant.
You want another one or no? You got
No,
this.
we good. We good, dog. We done.